universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough. Discover what's been secretly building behind the scenes. My precious one, something rare, something almost never seen in a human lifetime, has just shifted in the unseen realms, and Archangel Michael is stepping forward to reveal it to you. The universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough, and what has been secretly building behind the scenes is no ordinary blessing. It is a turning point your spirit has been praying for, even in the moments you felt unheard. Tonight, the atmosphere around you is different. It's heavier with purpose, sharper with clarity, charged with divine timing. Archangel Michael whispers that for months, even years, the energies around you have been rearranging themselves. People left, situations collapse, opportunities pause. Doors that once opened quickly suddenly felt sealed. But nothing was random. Nothing was wasted. Every delay was a divine construction zone where the universe was quietly designing a path that did not exist before. You felt the stretching. You felt the stripping. But you did not see the building. And that, exactly that, is what the universe wants you to understand right now. A hidden blueprint has been unfolding in your life, moment by moment, decision by decision, pain by pain. And Archangel Michael reveals that you're standing at the edge of a breakthrough, so precise, so meticulously aligned, that even one wrong step earlier could have sabotaged the perfection of this moment. This alignment is rare. It doesn't happen often. And when it does, it is always followed by a supernatural reveal. There is something behind the scenes that has been quietly accumulating. A breakthrough that has been forming layer by layer, like the sunrise slowly preparing to break the night. You didn't see it because you weren't meant to see it. The divine works best in the shadows when your spirit is most vulnerable. And Archangel Michael says your vulnerability has now become your advantage. The universe saw the moments when you almost gave up, the nights when you questioned your own worth, the days when the pressure felt too much and you wondered if your prayers were hitting a closed sky. But they were not. Your prayers were not ignored. They were being stored. Imagine rain gathering in clouds. Imagine blessings waiting for the right wind. Imagine breakthroughs charging like a storm that suddenly releases its downpour in one powerful moment. That moment is approaching you now. And Archangel Michael stands before you with his sword of truth, announcing that what was hidden is about to surface. Something is about to be exposed, something the universe has been building specifically for you. Not for your friends, not for your family, not for your past self, for you. The version of you that had to walk through storms to be ready. He says you've been feeling something lately. A strange pull. A vibration in your intuition. A sense that something is shifting but you can't explain it. That sensation is confirmation. You are not imagining it. You are not overthinking. Your spirit is picking up on a divine construction finished behind the veil. Archangel Michael reveals that the delay you thought was punishment was actually protection. While you were waiting, heaven was organizing. While you were hoping, destiny was aligning. While you were crying, your breakthrough was maturing. And now the universe has finally synced every necessary detail for your moment of release. There is a divine clock that does not follow human timing. This cosmic clock has just struck a prophetic hour for you. A season where hidden blessings step into visibility. A phase where closed doors open not by chance, but because something greater inside you has awakened. Michael says your energy has changed. Your field has expanded. Your soul has strengthened. And the universe responds to strength. You are no longer in the season where survival is the lesson. You are stepping into the season where expansion is the reward. Feel that in your chest. Feel the shift. Feel the confirmation. This alignment is your sign that something magnificent is about to interrupt your life. Something you didn't see coming. Something designed with your name carved into its foundation. And once it appears, you will look back and realize that every painful moment played a divine role. Before we move forward, hold on to this next line because it will matter deeply for what comes next. Your breakthrough was never delayed. It was being perfected. Stay close, because the next revelation Archangel Michael has for you will make the entire picture clearer. And trust me, you will want to hear it before anything else distracts you. This is where the message deepens. Type "I claim this alignment" in the comments if this is stirring your spirit. Blessing code 1444 is now released. Before you scroll, breathe. The next unveiling will connect everything you've been sensing. My awakened soul, there is a deeper movement unfolding around you right now. Something Archangel Michael has been waiting for the perfect moment to reveal. If part 1 opened the doorway, this moment is where the universe begins to illuminate the path you are stepping into. The alignment surrounding your life is not random, not accidental, not a coincidence disguised as timing. It is the result of divine orchestration, and Michael says your spirit is finally stable enough to receive the next layer of revelation. He shows me an image of a seed buried deep in the ground. For a long time, it looks dead, unseen, forgotten. No one knows what is happening beneath the soil. Yet something powerful is building in the dark. Roots are forming. Pressure is shaping. Growth is preparing. And just when the world thinks nothing is happening, the seed breaks open and pushes toward the light with a strength that could not have existed without the darkness that came before it. You are that seed. The hidden season you walked through was not a punishment. It was an incubation. And Archangel Michael says the reason you felt isolated, misunderstood, or overlooked is because your roots needed room to grow without interference. The universe has been preparing a space where you can finally rise without being choked by people who could not see your value. This is why certain relationships dissolved, why certain connections snapped, why some doors slammed shut even when you begged them to stay open. You thought those moments were losses, but in truth, they were divine protections disguised as heartbreak. Michael whispers that if some doors had remained open, they would have drained you before this breakthrough could manifest. The universe needed you detached from the wrong attachments so it could position you for what was secretly being built for your future. There is a shift happening now, almost like a quiet earthquake beneath your life. Not destructive, but structural. A rearranging of the spiritual foundation beneath your feet. You may have noticed that your intuition has become sharper. Your dreams feel more symbolic. You sense things seconds before they happen. You are becoming spiritually sensitive because the veil around your destiny is thinning. And Archangel Michael stands guard, ensuring no negative influence interferes with what is rising. He reveals that a long-awaited cycle is closing. Something that once held you back has reached its expiration date. This is why you've been feeling emotionally exhausted at times or mentally overstretched. Your spirit was preparing to release something heavy it carried for far too long. When a breakthrough approaches, the old version of you begins to dissolve. You're shedding an identity built through survival so you can step into an identity built for expansion. Michael says you must allow the old weight to fall away, because you cannot cross into your aligned season carrying burdens designed for your past self. There is also a message about divine exposure. Something you could not see clearly before is about to reveal itself. This is not an exposure meant to harm you. It is meant to awaken you. For months, the universe has been working quietly behind the scenes, piecing together the truth of a situation you didn't fully understand. Soon, the veils will lift, and you will recognize why certain things unfolded the way they did. What confused you will make sense. What hurt you will transform. What left you uncertain will now give you clarity. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this clarity will empower you, not break you. You are stepping into a season where divine insight becomes one of your greatest gifts. The alignment surrounding you is also calling in new opportunities. Some of these opportunities will come in forms you least expect. A conversation that feels simple will open a major door. A message or chance encounter will shift your path. A decision you make instinctively will lead you directly into something life-changing. The universe is setting up encounters that carry destiny coded within them. Your role is to stay open, grounded, and boldly receptive. Michael says the energy around you is magnetic. Your spirit is pulling in what matches your new frequency. This is why things that no longer align are falling away with surprising speed. Let them go. They cannot follow you into this next elevation. There is also a rebalancing happening in your emotional body. You may find yourself reflecting more, feeling deeper, or releasing memories you forgot you held. Do not fear this. It is part of the alignment process. When the universe prepares a breakthrough, it clears emotional clutter to create space for expansion. Think of it like clearing a closet before bringing in new garments. You are releasing what no longer fits your spirit, so you can step into what was designed for the healed version of you. Archangel Michael places his light before you, as if illuminating a path that was once hidden. He says you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The signs have already begun appearing. The sensations you've been feeling are confirmations. The feeling of anticipation, the sudden waves of emotion, the bursts of intuition, they are not random. They are signals that the unseen is preparing to become seen. But here's the most important message. The breakthrough approaching you is not small. It is not something that will fade or pass quickly. It is a structural breakthrough, one that shifts the direction of your path and alters the rhythm of your life. This is why the universe took its time building it. It is meant to last. Before this chapter closes, hold on to this truth. What is coming toward you is already yours. It has been marching toward your life in silence, gathering strength, waiting for divine timing. And that timing is now entering your atmosphere. Type "I walk into alignment" in the comments if you receive this. Blessing code 1717 is now active. Hold on, because the next revelation becomes even more powerful. My courageous heart, there is a shift unfolding around you at this very moment. A shift so precise that Archangel Michael is urging you to lean in more closely than ever before. If the earlier revelations opened your awareness to the alignment happening in your life, then what you are about to hear now marks the moment where everything becomes unmistakably clear. The universe has not only aligned for your breakthrough, it has activated a chain reaction of events that will begin to reveal what has been secretly constructed behind the veil. Archangel Michael stands with a radiant shield, and he shows me that your spiritual environment is undergoing purification. There are old energies being peeled away, almost like layers of dust lifting off something valuable that has been hidden for years. Michael says the reason you have been feeling mentally sharper lately, or suddenly more aware of subtle signs around you, is because clarity is part of your inheritance in the season. Your mind is no longer in survival mode. It is rising into recognition mode. It is awakening to truths you once overlooked because your heart was carrying too much weight to notice. There is something important the universe wants you to understand. Breakthroughs rarely begin loud. They begin quietly, subtly, in the shadows of your daily life. They start with a shift in the air, a sudden moment of peace, a strange sense of anticipation. You may feel a calm you cannot explain, or an unusual confidence that seems to come from nowhere. These are not coincidences. These are signals. They are the first tremors of change before the manifestation arrives. Archangel Michael says you have been sensing things without fully realizing it. The people who drifted away from your life recently did not leave by chance. The opportunities that fell through were not failures. The sudden changes in your emotions, the random memories resurfacing, even the moments where you felt disconnected from your old self, these were all part of the divine reset. The universe was clearing the pathway for what has been forming behind the scenes. Michael reveals that your spirit was being tuned like an instrument. Every spiritual tension, every emotional release, every quiet moment of reflection was shaping your inner frequency. Your energy had to shift before your blessing could arrive. What the universe has prepared for you requires a lighter heart, clearer vision, and sharper intuition. And all of those qualities have been rising within you, even on days when you didn't feel strong. You must know this. Something has been building for you in silence, and it carries generational weight. Michael shows me a structure rising in the spirit realm, as if an entire foundation has been laid without your awareness. It is almost like a vault of blessings that has been locked until now. And the lock is opening. Not by human hands, not by chance, but by divine alignment. The universe is preparing to reveal something that will confirm everything you have been feeling deep within. A connection may be restored. A long-awaited opportunity may suddenly reappear. A path that once felt blocked may burst open with clarity. But before the manifestation enters your physical reality, the universe is ensuring your soul is ready to receive without fear, without doubt, and without hesitation. Michael says that one of the greatest challenges in this season is trusting the unseen. Trusting the part of your life you cannot yet hold, touch, or explain. But he reassures you that the unseen is more real right now than the visible. The spiritual blueprint for your breakthrough is complete. The only step left is activation, and that activation begins with your awareness. There is also a message about identity. You may feel like you are no longer the person you were even 6 months ago. You may find yourself thinking differently, wanting new things, or outgrowing environments that once felt comfortable. This is not instability. This is transformation. You are shifting into the version of yourself that your breakthrough has been waiting for. The universe refused to give a powerful blessing to a version of you that was still healing from old wounds. It waited until you became stronger, wiser, more intentional, and more spiritually awake. Now that you have risen into this version of yourself, Archangel Michael says the breakthrough can finally meet you. The alignment is now complete, but the reveal has only begun. What comes next will unfold in waves. Spiritual understanding first, emotional release second, and physical manifestation last. You are standing at the threshold where all three layers begin to merge. And before this chapter closes, Michael gives you this powerful truth. The universe is not sending you a blessing that fits into your life. It is sending you a blessing that transforms your life. You are not stepping into improvement. You are stepping into elevation. The universe has aligned perfectly for this moment because destiny has been waiting for the healed, awakened, strengthened version of you who stands here now. If your spirit feels this, if something inside you is stirring, that is your confirmation. You are not imagining this shift. You are not hoping blindly. You are recognizing what your soul already knows. Something life-altering is approaching. Type I rise with this alignment in the comments if this resonates deeply. Blessing code 2288 is activated for this moment. Before you move to what unfolds next, take a breath and hold your spirit steady. This journey is unfolding exactly as it should. If this message has touched you, like this video, share it with someone who needs it. Comment your truth. hype this revelation, and subscribe so you never miss Archangel Michael's guidance. When you sow into this mission, you are not supporting a channel. You are watering a field of souls waiting for light. Every seed placed here becomes a spiritual torch that reaches someone standing in the very darkness you once escaped. Heaven says this is the hour of open portals, where giving becomes a prophetic act that opens your own path. I speak this to you directly. Step into this moment with intention. Just as the universe has aligned your breakthrough in secret, your support ignites breakthroughs for others. Let your offering today become the oil that keeps this message burning across the world. Those who give in this atmosphere will walk under accelerated favor, for their seed carries the vibration of obedience and light. Move boldly. Activate your seed through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and let heaven witness your faith in action. My determined spirit, there is a stirring in the atmosphere around you, something Archangel Michael is drawing your attention to with urgency and gentleness at the same time. If the earlier revelations unveiled what has been aligning in silence, then what you are about to hear now reveals why the universe has been so deliberate with your timing. The breakthrough forming behind the scenes is not simply a blessing. It is a divine restructuring of your entire path. This moment is not about what you gain, but about who you are becoming as everything shifts into place. Archangel Michael shows me a vision of you standing at a doorway, but the door is unlike any you have seen before. It is tall, ancient, and made of a light that seems to pulse like a living heartbeat. Michael says this door represents a moment of transition. You are not passing from one chapter to the next. You are passing from one dimension of experience to another. Your inner world is rising. Your outer world is preparing to follow. And as the universe aligns with your spirit, it is removing every remaining fragment of doubt that could have delayed your arrival at this threshold. There is a reason you have been feeling waves of emotion, moments of sudden reflection, and flashes of clarity that seem to appear out of nowhere. You are being spiritually recalibrated. The universe is adjusting the frequencies around you so that what has been prepared can connect with your energy without interference. Michael says your old wounds, old fears, and old identities have been shedding because they cannot enter the door you are now standing before. This season is not about revisiting your past. It is about awakening the future version of you that has been waiting for this alignment. Archangel Michael reveals that the universe has been working for a long time to guide you into this precise moment. There were pathways that had to close so you would not wander into situations that would drain you. There were connections that had to end so you would not attach yourself to people who could not carry the weight of your destiny. There were moments when you felt left behind, forgotten, or unprepared. But those moments were actually signs that the universe was rerouting you away from places that would have taken years from your purpose. Now, the energies around you are forming something like an invisible bridge. This bridge is symbolic of transition, but also of elevation. You are walking into a reality that mirrors the strength you developed in silence. Every tear that fell in private, every prayer whispered in exhaustion, every moment you felt unseen, those were seeds. Seeds watered by perseverance. Seeds that broke open when you did not even realize how much you were growing in the dark. Michael says the universe has been building your breakthrough with such precision that even the slightest deviation in timing would have affected the outcome. Every delay was holding space for something greater. Every pause was alignment, not denial. The universe cannot release what is unfinished, and your blessing required perfection because of what it will activate within you. There is another message Michael reveals. Something in your environment is about to shift. A person, a decision, or a conversation will carry a frequency that changes everything. The universe is orchestrating this moment so smoothly that when it happens, it will feel natural, almost effortless, as though the timing was always meant to be. But beneath that simplicity is the weight of divine design. You will look back and realize that nothing about this was random. Every experience, even the painful ones, prepared you for this pivotal point. Michael shows me that your intuition is becoming sharper because it is being awakened for what you are about to see. The veil that once obstructed your clarity is thinning. You may notice more synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that feel symbolic, or sensations that pull your attention in specific directions. These are signals from the universe, guiding you to notice what is becoming visible. The breakthrough that once felt distant is now moving toward you with unstoppable momentum. There is also a spiritual truth Michael wants you to understand. The universe does not align something this significant without preparing the vessel that will receive it. You have become that vessel. Your strength has expanded. Your heart has healed in ways you may not even realize yet. Your spirit has matured, not through ease, but through endurance. And now the fullness of your blessing can safely rest in your hands. The universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough, not because you asked, but because you grew, because you stayed, because you endured long enough for the divine to finish what it was building for you in the unseen. And now, the unveiling begins. Piece by piece, sign by sign, shift by shift, the universe is about to reveal what has been quietly forming behind your life. Before this moment closes, Michael speaks one sentence with absolute clarity. The breakthrough coming toward you is bigger than what you lost, stronger than what broke you, and more aligned than anything you have ever prayed for. Your spirit knows this. Your heart feels this. And your destiny is moving with precision toward you. Type "I am ready for this" unveiling in the comments to anchor this moment into your spirit. Blessing code 3030 has now been released. Hold steady, because what unfolds next will magnify everything that has already been revealed. My rising light, there is something Archangel Michael is urging you to understand with deeper clarity now. Something that ties together every shift, every change, every inner transformation you have been experiencing. What the universe has aligned for you is no longer in preparation mode. It is in approach mode. The energy surrounding your life is not still. It is moving, forming, advancing. And Michael says the reason you have been feeling that quiet inner pressure is because the unseen realm is drawing closer to the surface of your reality. He shows me an image of a horizon at dawn. For a long time, the sky is dark and heavy, and even though the light is coming, you cannot see it yet. But then, slowly, a faint line of brightness appears, so subtle that you might miss it if you look away. That subtle shift is proof that the night has lost its power. That small line of light represents the turning point. Michael says your life is now at that exact moment. The faint line of divine brightness has already begun rising over your circumstances. What was dark is losing its grip. What was uncertain is becoming illuminated. What felt stagnant is beginning to move. For months, you may have felt like you were standing still, even when you were doing everything right. You sowed. You prayed. You waited. You endured. And yet, nothing seemed to shift. But Michael reveals that stillness was not stagnation. It was stabilization. The universe was grounding you, so that the breakthrough coming toward you would not overwhelm you or slip through your hands. Before the blessing, there must always be foundation. And your foundation has silently strengthened in the places you once felt weakest. Archangel Michael emphasizes that a breakthrough of this scale does not appear suddenly. It grows into visibility. Just like a seed pushing through the soil, the manifestation rises quietly at first, then clearly, then undeniably. You are now entering the undeniable stage. You will begin to notice the universe sending you signs in rapid succession. Moments that feel too precise to be accidents. Conversations that align exactly with what you have been sensing. Opportunities that appear suddenly, but carry the weight of destiny. This is the universe's way of saying the construction is complete and the unveiling has begun. But Michael also wants you to understand something powerful. Before a breakthrough becomes visible, distractions often intensify. Situations from your past may attempt to pull your energy. Bold emotions may try to resurface. People who once drained your spirit may suddenly want your attention again. These are not setbacks. They are final tests of alignment. The universe is removing every remaining thread that could tie you to the version of yourself that cannot walk through the breakthrough door. And Michael stands as a protector, ensuring you do not fall back into cycles that once held you captive. There is also a shift happening within your spirit. You may notice that your tolerance for certain behaviors has decreased. Your desire for peace has increased. Your awareness of your own worth has sharpened. This is not you becoming colder or distant. This is you becoming aligned. You are stepping into a vibration that cannot tolerate anything that lowers your frequency or dims your light. Archangel Michael says your spirit is no longer willing to negotiate with the old. That unwillingness is a sign of readiness. He reveals another profound truth. What has been secretly building behind the scenes is not just a breakthrough. It is a replacement. Something you lost, something that broke you, something that slipped through your fingers in the past is being replaced with something greater. The universe never leaves voids. It transforms them. Every area where you experienced emptiness is now being prepared to overflow. Every place where you were drained is now becoming a reservoir of abundance. And every wound you carried is becoming a doorway to wisdom and power. Michael says the universe has been aligning people, circumstances, and opportunities in ways you cannot yet see. There are individuals being prepared to help you, support you, uplift you, or connect you to something greater. These people do not even realize they are part of your destiny yet, but their steps are being guided toward you. When you meet them or cross paths with them, the connection will feel instant, natural, undeniable. This is how divine alignment works. The universe does not force, it flows. There is also a message about timing. You may have wondered why this blessing did not come earlier, especially during the moments when you needed it most. But Archangel Michael explains that if the breakthrough had arrived before you, became this version of yourself, you would not have recognized it, valued it, or protected it. The universe waited until you were not just ready externally, but internally. Until your heart had healed enough. Until your faith had strengthened enough. Until your spirit had grown wise enough to hold what is coming without losing yourself in the process. Now, the timing is perfect. The alignment is complete. The breakthrough is approaching with intentional force. The universe is not guessing, it is delivering. Michael ends this chapter with a revelation that resonates deeply. What you are stepping into is not a moment. It is a shift of identity, a shift of destiny, a shift of atmosphere. Your life is not returning to how it was. It is expanding into what it was always meant to be. Type "I align with this shift" in the comments if this speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 4141 is now activated. And hold steady, because the chapter that follows will bring you into even clearer understanding of what is rising in your life right now. My steadfast soul, Archangel Michael steps forward now with the depth of clarity that signals you have entered a turning point. The energy surrounding you is no longer simply shifting, it is unlocking. A new spiritual current is moving around your life, almost like a silent wind that carries the scent of something approaching. And Michael says that what you feel right now, the subtle anticipation, the unexplainable pull, the quiet knowing, is the echo of what has been secretly forming behind the scenes, finally drawing near. For so long, you walked through seasons that felt heavy and uncertain, thin. You experienced moments where the universe felt distant, where prayers seemed to linger without response, where effort felt greater than reward. But Michael reveals that during those silent stretches, something profound was happening behind the veil. The universe was not ignoring you, it was fortifying you. Every unanswered question, every moment of delay, every emotional shift was part of a larger construction happening in the spirit realm. He shows me an image of a massive structure being built in total darkness. You could not see the pieces coming together, but they were assembling with divine precision. Foundations were laid. Doors were carved. Pathways were drawn. But this construction was never visible to your human eyes because it was happening in another dimension. Now, the veil is thinning, and the architecture of your new season is beginning to show its outline. Michael says the universe has been aligning your steps long before you realized something was shifting. Unexpected detours, sudden endings, uncomfortable transitions. None of these were coincidences. Each event was a strategic redirection, guiding you onto the timeline where your breakthrough could safely meet you. Some connections were removed because their presence would have interfered with what you were meant to receive. Some opportunities were paused because your energy was not yet aligned with them. Some dreams were delayed because the version of you required to hold them had not yet awakened. But now, that version has emerged. You may have felt a strange emotional shedding recently, moments where memories resurfaced only to dissolve, where old pain reappeared only to release, where familiar fears felt weaker than before. That is because the universe has been sealing old cycles permanently. The healing you experienced quietly, even without realizing it, has integrated fully. Archangel Michael says your spirit is no longer tethered to what once drained you. You have stepped out of the residue of old timelines and into the beginning of something purifying. There is also a powerful message about your intuition. Michael reveals that your sensitivity has increased because you are meant to perceive the early signals of what is coming. You may find yourself thinking of someone unexpectedly, feeling drawn to certain numbers, noticing synchronicities at peculiar moments, or experiencing moments of déjà vu that feel deeper than usual. These are confirmations. The universe is sending you small reminders that the unseen is becoming seen, that the divine construction is nearing completion. Michael also emphasizes that you are now vibrating at a frequency that attracts alignment naturally. You no longer need to chase what is meant for you. In this phase, what is aligned will move toward you with ease, clarity, and purpose. Opportunities will not come with confusion. People will not come with hidden intentions. Decisions will not feel tangled. When something belongs to your destiny, it arrives with peace, not pressure. He reveals that the breakthrough approaching you is multidimensional. It will touch your emotional world, your spiritual reality, your external environment, and even your sense of identity. This is why the preparation took so long. This blessing is not small. It is not something that comes and goes. It is the type of breakthrough that shifts the entire rhythm of your life. It changes how you think, how you move, how you perceive yourself, and how the world perceives you. Michael says the universe is positioning you for visibility. You may be someone who has lived quietly, worked silently, or healed privately. But the time of being unseen is ending. The universe is elevating you into a space where your gifts, your voice, your presence, or your purpose will be recognized. The heaviness you once carried has become the strength you will now stand upon. He shows me a vision of a curtain pulling back. This curtain represents revelation. Behind it stands everything that has been forming in silence. Not just one blessing, but multiple. Not just one opportunity, but a sequence. Not just one breakthrough, but a chain reaction that affects every area of your life. The exposure of what has been hidden is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to astonish you. Michael ends this portion with a truth your spirit needs to hold. The universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough, not because it is convenient, but because the spiritual architecture is finally complete. The timing is exact. The path is clear. The energy is open. You are entering the moment where what has been secretly building behind the scenes steps fully into the light. Type "I open the door to this alignment" in the comments if your spirit is receiving this message. Blessing code 5252 is now released into your path. Hold your spirit steady, because what unfolds in the next revelation will pull you even deeper into the understanding of what is rising for you now. My enduring flame, Archangel Michael steps closer with a powerful intensity, as if the message carried in this moment can no longer wait behind the veil. What the universe has aligned for you has reached a stage where the shift is not just happening around you, it is happening through you. Your energy field is expanding, your inner awareness is sharpening, and your life is entering a phase where the spiritual groundwork laid in silence is preparing to manifest in your reality with unmistakable clarity. Michael reveals a vision of you standing inside a vast chamber made of swirling light. The walls are alive, almost breathing, as if the space itself holds the memory of every prayer you ever whispered and every tear you ever shed. This chamber represents your spiritual history, the collection of all you have endured and all you have overcome. And now, the universe is responding to that history. The breakthrough forming behind the scenes is not a random event. It is the long-awaited consequence of your resilience. There is a truth the universe wants you to understand. Nothing in your path has been wasted. Not the heartbreaks, not the disappointments, not the detours, not the quiet nights where you questioned why things were harder for you than for others. Archangel Michael says your journey has carried a specific frequency, one that required deep refinement. Your soul has been shaped in ways you could not see, strengthened in ways you did not realize, and prepared in ways you did not understand at the time. He shows me that during the times you felt delayed, you were actually being developed. Destiny was not denying you. It was protecting you from stepping into a season prematurely. The blessings being released in your life now are not small blessings. They carry magnitude, and this magnitude required your spirit to grow into a level of maturity and awareness that could hold what was coming without breaking beneath its weight. Michael says your spirit has passed through fire, but you did not burn. Instead, you became luminous. You became a vessel capable of carrying divine clarity. And now the universe is beginning to reward what your soul endured. You are entering a chapter where spiritual laws are bending in your favor. What once resisted you will now recognize you. Paths that once felt blocked will now unfold with precision. People who once doubted you will witness the unfolding of what has been divinely assigned to your name. There is also a message about identity and recognition. For so long, you may have felt unseen, misunderstood, or underestimated. You may have questioned if your purpose was too far away or if your prayers were too quiet. But Michael reveals that the universe hides its strongest warriors until the exact moment they are needed. You were not overlooked, you were preserved. You were kept out of certain spaces to prevent your light from being drained prematurely. You were hidden so you could grow roots that could not be shaken by storms. And now, the hiding season has ended. Your spirit is stepping into visibility, Not forced visibility, but natural visibility. The kind that aligns with your energy rather than drains it. The kind that elevates you without compromising who you are. The kind that brings opportunities, connections, and revelations that are magnetized to your frequency rather than anchored to your past. Michael shows me that the breakthrough approaching you has layers. It will not arrive all at once, but it will arrive in waves, each wave revealing something the universe has been building quietly. The first wave brings clarity. The second brings opportunity. The third brings confirmation. And the fourth brings elevation. These waves are already forming, and your intuition has likely begun to feel the early pull of the first one. There is something else Michael needs to prepare your heart for. The next phase of alignment will require trust that feels deeper than anything you've practiced before. Not blind trust. Not forced trust. But soul trust. Trust that recognizes that the universe has not failed you. Trust that understands that delays were divine strategy. Trust that accepts you are now stepping into the life that was always meant for you. He says you may notice certain things falling off abruptly. Habits, attachments, expectations, even old dreams that no longer fit your spirit. This shedding is not loss. It is refinement. You cannot carry excess weight into the season the universe is preparing for you. Everything that is falling away is making room for what will soon rise. Michael whispers a powerful truth. You are stepping into a season where what once intimidated you will now submit to you. Your spirit has grown. Your awareness has expanded. You are no longer the person who merely endured pain. You are the person who transformed because of it. And that version of you is exactly who the universe has been waiting for. Your breakthrough is not approaching randomly. It is responding to your evolution. What has been building behind the scenes is synchronized with the strength you have now. And the universe is aligning every atom, every opportunity, every pathway to ensure nothing interferes with what is coming. As this chapter closes, Michael places his hand over your spirit and declares that you are entering divine readiness. Not the readiness of effort, but the readiness of alignment. You have become the version of yourself who can now receive, hold, and expand the blessing that was designed for you long before you reached this moment. Type "I am ready for what is mine" in the comments if this speaks to your inner truth. Blessing code 6969 has now entered your atmosphere. Stay close, because the next revelation will gather every thread of this journey into an even deeper understanding of the breakthrough rising in your life now. I unfolding miracle. Archangel Michael moves closer now with a presence so profound that the atmosphere around this message feels charged with revelation. You have walked through layers of alignment, shedding, awakening, and elevation. And now, the universe is guiding you into a moment where what was hidden begins to take form, where the unseen becomes undeniable. This part of your journey is not about waiting anymore. It is about witnessing. Michael reveals that the breakthrough forming behind the scenes has reached the threshold of emergence, and your spirit is standing in the exact position it was always meant to stand. He shows me the image of a massive gate, ancient, luminous, and intricately carved with symbols of destiny. This gate has been closed for years, locked until your energy reached the frequency required to open it. But now, the latch is loosening. The hinges are vibrating. The light behind the gate is pressing outward, eager to spill into your reality. Michael says this is the moment where heaven and earth meet in the alignment that has been long prepared for you. For months, perhaps years, you felt the weight of transitions that did not make sense. You felt pulled out of certain environments without explanation. You were redirected away from certain people even when you did not understand why. You felt compelled to break patterns, heal wounds, confront truths, and rise spiritually. Often without knowing, these actions were preparing you for this precise alignment. But Michael reveals that everything you endured, everything you released, and everything you outgrew created the energetic space for this breakthrough to anchor into your life. The universe has been building something behind your name, something that needed time, structure, direction, and protection. At times, it may have felt like nothing was happening for you, as if your prayers were floating in silence. But the spiritual construction was ongoing. Years of spiritual data, emotional resilience, and inner transformation have been woven together to create a blessing that is not temporary, but foundational. Michael says this breakthrough is not something that will touch only one area of your life. It is interconnected. It will shift your inner world, your circumstances, your relationships, and even the opportunities that surround you. Every piece of your life that once felt scattered is coming into cohesion. Every unanswered question is moving toward clarity. Every area of stagnation is preparing to move again. He reveals that you may begin to feel moments where your spirit surges with sudden peace or sudden certainty. These moments are not random. They are flashes of recognition, your soul responding to what is approaching you. You may also feel a sense of anticipation that does not match what is currently visible and in your life. That anticipation is your future calling you. It is the vibration of the breakthrough reaching into your present reality, preparing you to receive the part of your destiny that has matured behind the veil. Archangel Michael also wants you to understand that this breakthrough carries a sense of inevitability. It cannot be taken from you. It cannot be altered by interference. It cannot be delayed by outside energy. The universe has aligned this so precisely that nothing can disrupt it. What is coming toward you is bound to your name by divine timing. Your journey, your sacrifices, your lessons, and your awakening have all synchronized into the exact energetic combination required for manifestation. He shows me an image of you stepping onto a new path, one that feels unfamiliar yet deeply correct. This path is not built of luck or chance. It is built of everything you cultivated in the dark. Your humility, your discipline, your bravery, your endurance, your truth. You earned this alignment through every moment you refused to break. Now the universe is responding with blessings that exceed what you once believed possible. Michael says the unveiling will happen in stages. First internally, then externally. Your spirit will feel the shift before your eyes see it. You may sense completion in areas where there is no physical proof yet. You may feel an unexplainable readiness. This readiness is the sign that what was once behind the scenes is stepping into your physical timeline. But he also wants to prepare you. When breakthroughs emerge, distractions may attempt to pull your attention. Old connections may try to return. Old patterns may attempt to reinsert themselves. These moments are not threats. They are tests of alignment. They appear so you can confirm once more that you are not who you used to be. That you now walk with clarity, not confusion. With strength, not desperation. With alignment, not attachment. Michael whispers that your destiny has entered motion. Your blessings are no longer forming, they are traveling. You will notice signs appearing rapidly. Conversations that shift your course. Opportunities that feel magnetically aligned. People who enter your life with purpose. You will feel guided, carried, supported, and illuminated in ways you have not felt before. As this chapter closes, Michael delivers a truth that reaches deep. This breakthrough is not simply the ending of your waiting season. It is the beginning of your becoming season. The universe is about to show you why you had to walk through everything you did, because you were being shaped for something that requires the strength of who you are now. Type "I walk through this gate of destiny" in the comments if your spirit is receiving this moment. Blessing code 8181 is released in your favor. Before the next revelation rises, take a moment to help this message reach the hearts that need it. Like the video, share it so the aligned ones can find it, comment to amplify the energy, and subscribe so you never miss the guidance Archangel Michael pours out. Just as the universe is opening a gate for you, your support opens gates for others walking through their shadows. When you sow into this mission, you place light into territories where people feel forgotten. The divine says this is an hour of harvest for every seed planted with intention. I speak these words directly to your heart. Stand with this message, stand with this movement, and let your offering become a stream of healing for souls across the world. The theme of today's revelation, alignment and breakthrough, mirrors what your giving unlocks in others. When you act in this atmosphere, heaven sees it as obedience, not donation. Those who support through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description will walk under a mantle of multiplied favor. Step boldly and release your seed. My chosen vessel, Archangel Michael, steps into this moment with a steady strength, as if the message now unfolding carries the deepest roots of everything the universe has been aligning for you. You are crossing into a phase where the unseen construction behind your life begins to merge with your physical reality. In earlier parts, you were shown the movement, the signs, the alignment, and the preparation. But now, the universe wants to reveal something even more profound. The reason this breakthrough is not only coming, but destined. There is meaning in this moment that stretches far beyond your current understanding, and Michael says your spirit is finally ready to receive it. He reveals a vision of you standing in the center of a great field. The soil is dark, rich, and full of promise. It has clearly been plowed many times, tilled through seasons of hardship, seasons of learning, seasons of patience, and seasons of silence. This field represents your life. Every experience you endured softened parts of your heart, sharpened your awareness, and deepened your intuition. You were not just living, you were being cultivated. The universe needed your soil ready, because what has been planted in you cannot grow in shallow ground. It required depth, resilience, and maturity. And now, the seed sown in previous seasons, your prayers, your intentions, your sacrifices, your growth, have reached a moment of divine activation. Michael says they are stirring beneath the surface. The soil is trembling. The roots are alive. Your destiny is preparing to sprout into visibility with a force that cannot be reversed. What was underground is rising. What was hidden is awakening. What was forming behind the scenes is now ready to step into the light. For so long, you may have questioned whether your efforts were leading anywhere. You may have wondered why others seemed to move faster while you felt stuck. But the universe reminds you through Michael that fast growth is fragile growth. What you are walking into is the type of breakthrough that lasts. The type that reshapes your future. The type that cannot be shaken by temporary challenges. He shows me that the universe has been aligning not only opportunities for you, but also alignment within you. There is a version of you emerging now. One that sees clearly, stands firmly, and speaks truth without fear. This version is the one the universe has been waiting for. It is the version strong enough to hold the blessing coming toward you. It is the version wise enough not to sabotage what heaven has constructed for your path. It is the version healed enough to receive without shrinking. You have become the person your breakthrough requires. Michael reveals that you are stepping into a season where internal transformation will translate into external manifestation. Your energy will begin attracting people, moments, and opportunities that mirror your true frequency, not the wounded versions of your past. You will notice that you simply do not connect with things that once held your attention. You may feel detached from old identities, old cycles, or old dreams that no longer resonate with who you have become. This is not confusion. It is alignment. Your spirit is moving forward, and the rest of your life is preparing to follow. There is also a profound message about clarity. You are going to begin understanding things you could not understand before. Situations from your past will begin to make sense. Decisions you once questioned will reveal their purpose. People who left will suddenly feel like essential exits, not losses. The universe is stitching together a storyline that will soon become clear enough for you to see the divine logic behind every moment that once felt chaotic. Michael says that the breakthrough approaching you is layered with purpose. It is not simply something good happening to you. It is something meaningful awakening in you. You are being elevated into a place where your presence, your light, your truth, your strength will influence others without effort. This breakthrough is not just about receiving. It is about becoming. When the universe aligns a moment of destiny, it aligns it not only for your life, but for the lives you will touch as a result. He shows me an image of you stepping into a corridor of light. Each step you take illuminates the next step, almost like a path that reveals itself only when you move forward with trust. This symbolizes the next part of your journey. The universe will not show you everything at once. Not because it wants you to be uncertain, but because your destiny unfolds through walking, not waiting. Each action you take in faith activates the next layer of your breakthrough. You may feel a heightened sense of direction in the days ahead. Not necessarily through clear plans, but through inner guidance. Intuition will become sharper. Inspiration will feel louder. Signs will appear with more consistency. You will notice an energetic pull guiding you towards specific choices. Trust these pulls. They are not random. They are the universe positioning you to meet what has been building for you in the unseen. Michael ends this chapter with a truth that reaches deeply into your spirit. You are not stepping into a blessing. You are stepping into your becoming. What has been aligning is not ordinary. What has been building is not temporary. And what is coming toward you is not something you chase. It is something drawn to your healed and awakened energy. Type "I claim what is rising for me" in the comments if your spirit feels the truth of this message. Blessing code 9090 is now activated for those who receive it. Hold yourself steady, because the next chapter will carry you even deeper into the unveiling that is about to reshape your entire path. My awakened heart, Archangel Michael steps forward with a calm yet commanding presence, carrying a message that reaches deeper than anything revealed so far. This moment marks a turning point in your journey, a point where the universe is not merely aligning things around you, but aligning things through you. The breakthrough that has been secretly building behind the scenes is no longer a distant promise. It is entering the realm of inevitability. Your spirit is being invited to understand not just what is coming, but why it is coming now. Michael reveals an image of you standing before a vast mirror made of light. But this mirror does not reflect your physical form. Instead, it reflects your spiritual evolution. The person you see in this mirror is stronger, wiser, more grounded, more aligned than you may recognize in your everyday life. This reflection shows the real you, the version that has emerged through every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of resilience. This version of you is the reason the breakthrough is now ready to manifest. You had to become the person capable of carrying the weight of your destiny before the universe could release what it prepared. For so long, you may have felt like the universe was holding something back from you. You may have wondered why certain doors did not open sooner, why certain paths seemed blocked, why opportunities faded before they materialize. But Michael reveals that what felt like delay was actually divine precision. The universe does not release blessings into hands that are still healing from wounds that could sabotage them. It waited until your hands became steady, until your heart became clear, until your mind became grounded, and until your spirit became strong enough to hold what was designed for you long before you walked this earth. He shows me another vision, you walking through a fog, unable to see more than a few steps ahead. Yet with each step, the path lights up beneath your feet. This fog represents the uncertainty you have lived through. You may not have known where you were going, but every step you took in faith activated the next one. Even when you felt directionless, you were being guided. Even when you felt disconnected, the universe was weaving paths beneath your feet. And now, as the fog begins to lift, you will see that you were never lost. You were always being led. Michael says the universe is preparing to reveal what has been forming behind the scenes in a sequence of divine timing. The first reveal will come in the form of clarity. Something that once confused you will suddenly make perfect sense. A memory, a choice, a loss, a redirection. Something that once felt unfair will now appear as a necessary piece of a larger puzzle. This clarity is the first crack in the veil. The second reveal will come in the form of opportunity. A door you could not access before will transition into an open gateway. This opportunity may arrive quietly or dramatically, but you will recognize it the moment it comes because it will resonate with your newly awakened energy. It will feel aligned. It will feel right. It will carry a sense of familiarity, as if your spirit has been expecting it. The third reveal will come in the form of confirmation. The universe will echo to you through signs, timing, conversations, synchronicities, or unexpected moments of resonance. This confirmation is designed to assure you that what is unfolding is not imagination. It is divine orchestration. And the fourth reveal will come in the form of elevation. This is where the breakthrough takes root in your physical reality. The shift becomes tangible. The change becomes visible. The blessing becomes undeniable. This elevation is not temporary, it is foundational. It is something you will build upon for years to come. Michael warns, however, that as you approach this moment, you may feel an increase in emotional intensity. This is because your spirit is preparing to release the final remnants of what cannot come with you into your next season. Old emotional ties, outdated beliefs, past fears, and internal limitations may rise to the surface. Not to harm you, but to be clear. The universe will never allow you to enter a breakthrough carrying energy that could sabotage its fullness. Michael wants you to trust what you are feeling. If you sense something shifting, it is because it is. If you feel a pull towards something new, it is because the new is calling you. If you feel a sense of ending around certain habits, people, or environments, it is because their role in your story is complete. This is alignment working at its highest degree. He also reveals that the breakthrough approaching you is connected to something you once lost. Something that slipped out of your life prematurely. Something you thought you would never regain. This does not mean the universe is returning the same thing in the same form. Instead, it is returning the essence of what you once hoped for, but purified, elevated, and refined. You are not getting back what broke you. You are receiving what heals you. Michael ends this moment with a truth that holds great power. The universe is not aligning your breakthrough based on who you were, but based on who you have become. You are stepping into a season built for your healed, awakened, expanded identity. Nothing about this moment is random. Everything is intentional. Everything is precise. Everything is aligned. Type "I receive what is aligning for me" in the comments if this message is awakening something within you. Blessing code 4114 flows into your atmosphere now. Hold your heart open, because the next revelation will pierce through the last layer veil of what has been forming for your life all this time. My luminous one, Archangel Michael steps toward you now with a level of clarity and intensity that signals you are approaching the highest peak of this divine revelation. Everything in your journey, every cycle, every transformation, every alignment has led to this moment. The universe has not only built something for you behind the scenes, it has woven your spirit into the very architecture of what is about to unfold. Michael says this part of the message is where truth becomes illumination, where understanding becomes activation, and where your destiny begins to move with unmistakable force. He reveals an image of a great celestial map stretching across the sky. This map is woven with threads of light, each thread representing a moment, a choice, a lesson, or a shift that took place in your life. You may think certain experiences were random or disconnected, but in this divine map, every thread is connected. Every step you took, even the painful ones, linked to something larger than you could have perceived. The universe has been aligning these threads for years, weaving them into a tapestry that now forms a gateway of destiny before you. Michael whispers that the universe never abandons what it begins. And what it began in you long ago is now reaching its appointed hour. There were seasons where you felt overlooked or forgotten, but in truth, you were being repositioned. There were years where you carried burdens silently, not realizing those burdens were strengthening the very muscles your breakthrough requires. There were moments when the silence felt like punishment, but it was protection. All of it was leading to now. He shows me an image of your spirit holding a lantern. For much of your journey, the flame inside this lantern flickered, strong one day, dim the next. But over time, as you grew, healed, and awakened, that flame became stable, steady, unshakable. That lantern represents your inner light, and Michael says it is the reason the universe is now releasing what has been forming behind the scenes. You are no longer a fragile vessel. You are a fortified one. And the blessing coming toward you requires a spirit that can carry illumination without collapsing under its radiance. There is a deeper message here. Your breakthrough is not simply a reward. It is recognition. Recognition from the universe that you have arrived at the frequency required to hold more, be more, and walk in more. You have earned this alignment through the wisdom you gained, through the inner strength you built, and through the courage you demonstrated even in your weakest moments. Your wounds did not disqualify you. They prepared you. Michael says you are entering a moment of divine clarity. Clarity so sharp that it will cut through every confusion you once held. Questions you have carried silently for years will meet their answers. Old stories will reveal their purpose. Patterns that once felt senseless will connect into meaning. The universe is not only sending you a breakthrough, it is sending you understanding. And this understanding will free you from the final remnants of your path. There is also a message about timing. You may have noticed that life feels different recently. Time feels accelerated. Intuition feels louder. Your dreams feel more symbolic. Your emotions feel deeper. This is because you are not just approaching a breakthrough. You are stepping into a portal of transformation. Portals do not open randomly. They open in seasons of completion. And this is one of those seasons. Michael confirms that you have completed a cycle your soul has carried for far too long. A cycle of repeating lessons, repeating emotions, repeating patterns. The completion of this cycle is why the breakthrough is ready now. He shows me the energy around your path shifting like a tide, There is movement in the unseen realm. Something is coming toward you, and something within you is rising to meet it. This convergence is one of the rarest experiences in a spiritual journey, the moment when inner transformation meets outer manifestation. Michael says this convergence forms the bridge between your old life and the life you are stepping into. But he also cautions that in this transition, you may feel a brief moment of emotional release. You may cry without reason. You may feel an urge to rest deeply. You may feel nostalgic or reflective. This is not heaviness, it is clearing. Your spirit is exhaling the remnants of an identity you no longer carry. Let it release. Do not resist the emotions that rise in this moment. They are signs that your soul is making space. There is something else unfolding. Your perception is sharpening. You may begin noticing truths about people, circumstances, and environments that were once hidden. This heightened perception is part of the breakthrough. Michael says the universe wants you to walk into your next season with eyes unclouded. You can no longer afford the illusion of who people pretend to be. You must walk in discernment, because elevation always brings attention. And attention requires wisdom. He reveals that in your next chapter, you will operate from a place of inner knowing rather than inner guessing. You will sense when something is aligned. You will feel when something is meant for you. You will recognize when something belongs on your path and when something must be released. This intuitive sharpness is one of the greatest gifts emerging from the breakthrough. Archangel Michael ends this message with a truth. So powerful your spirit will feel it like a shift in the air. The universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough, not because you hoped for it, but because you became aligned with it. You grew into the person who can hold what is coming. You healed into the person who can sustain what is rising. You awakened into the person who can walk with the light that now follows you. Type "I step into my divine unveiling" in the comments if this message resonates deeply in your soul. Blessing code 7474 is now released into your atmosphere. And steady yourself, because the next chapter will be the most powerful of all, where everything merges, culminates, and unlocks. My destined one, Archangel Michael, steps forward now with an authority that signals the closing of an old reality and the dawn of a new one. What you are about to receive in this moment is not merely a continuation of the message, it is the culmination. This is where every thread of your journey, every hidden construction behind the scenes, every alignment the universe has orchestrated, converges into one profound truth. You are stepping into the exact breakthrough that has been silently forming for you long before you even knew to ask for it. Michael reveals a vision of a grand chamber shaped from pure celestial light. In the center of this chamber is a structure that resembles both a doorway and an altar. It is radiant, almost alive, and every inch of it carries the energy of purpose. He says this structure represents your destiny, specifically the moment where destiny becomes active rather than dormant. You have approached the space slowly, step by step, through seasons of endurance, awakening, heartbreak, rebuilding, surrender, clarity, and transformation. Every part of your journey has been leading you here, where the blessing meets the becoming. For years, you may have felt like something was being built around your life, yet you could not see it. You sensed movement, but could not identify the source. You felt watched over, but did not know what was being prepared. You felt pulled towards something, but could not see the shape of it. Michael says this long-hidden construction is finally ready for unveiling. The universe has not only built the blessing, it has aligned the timing, prepared the path, strengthened your spirit, stabilized your energy, and drawn the right opportunities into orbit around your name. He shows me another image, your spirit standing at the threshold of the doorway. Behind you lies the old version of your life. The silent prayers, the confusion, the emotional battles, the inner stretching, the unanswered questions. the moments you almost broke but didn't. Before you lies a vast expanse of possibility, one that holds clarity, momentum, abundance, alignment, and divine restoration. This threshold is sacred. It is where you choose, consciously and boldly, to step into the life the universe has been building in your absence. Michael whispers that the breakthrough you are about to experience is not small. It is not subtle. It is not temporary. It is transformational. It is foundational. It is generational. It is the kind of breakthrough that changes your direction, your environment, your confidence, your identity, and your capacity to hold blessings you once felt unworthy of. This breakthrough is not something that visits your life. It is something that stays. You may have noticed recent shifts in your emotional landscape. Perhaps you have felt an inner stillness, a surprising peace, or a quiet certainty without knowing why. This is the energetic signal that your spirit has already stepped into the new season. Your physical reality has simply not caught up yet, but it will. Michael says the inner shift always happens before the outer manifestation. Spirit awakens first. Circumstances follow. This is why you might have felt the old season losing its grit. People who once mattered feel distant. Environments that once felt comfortable feel too small. Patterns that once held power over you feel broken. Dreams you once outgrew begin to stir again. You are not falling apart. You are being lifted out of what no longer aligns with who you have become. Michael reveals that the higher realms have been orchestrating divine replacement in your life. Everything you lost, everything that left, everything you released or were forced to let go of, none of it was taken to punish you. It was removed to create space for what is coming. The universe does not subtract without preparing to multiply. And the multiplication is upon you now. He shows me the altar again, and this time there is a scroll resting on it. The scroll carries your name, not your earthly name, but your spiritual identity. The universe has written a new decree over your life, and that decree is being released in this moment. It carries promises of elevation, restoration, recognition, divine opportunity, and spiritual expansion. Michael says this decree could not be activated until you became aligned in spirit, cleansed in intention, stable in energy, and awakened in consciousness. Now you are. There is one more revelation he wants you to hold tightly. Nothing can block what is coming. Nothing can delay it. Nothing can interfere. Nothing can sabotage the blessing that has been built through divine timing and spiritual architecture. What is meant for you is moving quickly, powerfully, and directly. Your name is already written on it. The universe is releasing it. Heaven is confirming it. Your spirit is rising to meet it. As you step into this new chapter, understand this. Your journey has not been preparing you for a moment. It has been preparing you for a calling. Your breakthrough is not the destination, it is the ignition. It is the opening of the path you were always meant to walk, the path your soul recognized long before your mind could understand it. Michael ends this final revelation with a sentence that vibrates through the spirit realm. The universe has aligned perfectly for your breakthrough because you have aligned perfectly with your destiny. You are ready. The moment is ready. The blessing is ready. Step forward. Type "I step into my divine breakthrough" in the comments to seal this word in your spirit. Blessing code 10,010 flows into your atmosphere now. Before this journey closes, take a moment to like this message. Share it to uplift another soul. Comment your truth to anchor your alignment. Hype this revelation with your voice, and subscribe so you remain connected to every divine message that follows. Just as you stand at the threshold of breakthrough, there are countless souls standing where you once stood, hungry for clarity, desperate for guidance and longing for divine light. When you support this mission, you are not giving to a channel. You are helping the universe reach those hearts. Michael says that sowing into a message at the moment of breakthrough activates a supernatural return. For what you honor becomes magnified in your own life. I speak this directly to your spirit. The same gates opening for you now will open for every soul you help us reach. Your seed becomes a torch in someone else's darkness. Let the energy of this revelation move you. Stand with this mission through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description. Move boldly, for your giving is heard in heaven.